Kia ora koutou, Reese from QuickSense here, and today we're looking at plotting nonlinear graphs. Now we have the graph here y equals 1 over x, and it's asking us which of the axes it's intersecting. Well, the first thing I can do is just ask, where is the x-intercept? If one exists, it'll give me an answer. Well, the x-intercept is when y is equal to 0. So let's substitute that. If y is equal to 0, then I get this. Through rearrangement, I find that x is equal to 1 over 0. And this is problematic. I actually don't have an answer for this. So I can see from this nonsense answer, that there is no x-intercept. Well, what about a y-intercept? Well, the y-intercept is where x equals 0. So y is equal to 1 over 0, and we have the same problem. There's no y-intercept. So which of the axes? Well, neither is the answer. It doesn't intercept either of them. You can see this if we look at the graph. Right? If I move this down a little bit, 1 over, let's say x is 100, well, that's a really small amount, right? So that's somewhere down here. But as x gets smaller, so 1 over 1, well, that equals, let's say that's 1 there. And then 1 over a half, it actually starts increasing. And we can see that it's going to get closer and closer. Ooh. It's going to get closer and closer without ever touching. And on the other side, we have the same thing, except in the negative. So we get two different answers, which is why, mathematically, we cannot solve these problems. And and this function goes through neither of the axes. In this next question, we're asked to find the values of a and b. And to do that, I'm going to use these two clear points here. I have 2, 1, and 1, negative 1. And I'm going to use them by substituting values into my equation. So my first point is where y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. So what does that become? Well, that becomes 2 lots of a, 2a plus b equal to 1. I multiply both sides by 2a plus b. Well, what about 2? Well, I substitute in y is negative 1, x is 1, so I end up with negative 1 times, well, this is negative a, take away b, equal to 1. I'm going to multiply everything by negative 1, just so I'm playing around with positive numbers on the left-hand side. So I have these two values, these two equations, simultaneous equations. Now if I subtract 2 from 1, which is 2a plus b equal to 1, subtract 1 lot of a and b, well, what do I end up with? I have 1 lot of a, the b's cancel out, 1 minus minus 1 equals 2. So if a equals 2, then I sub a equals 2 into 2. So that's 2 plus b equals minus 1. b equals, subtract 2 from both sides, and I get minus 3. So what are the values of a and b? A equals 2, and b is equal to negative 3.